entertainment. Robert Pattinson, Pat, is in town. And you went and spoke to him tonight. It was the first interview that he's done since stepping off the flight here in Oz. But there's sort of a central question that the kind of global media is obsessed with. Him and the girl in the picture behind you, that's his girlfriend, or what's his girlfriend? Case Stu. Were you allowed to talk about that, or was it off limits?
Interestingly, that was off limits for the interviews, and also in an interesting move, when he did hit the very sodden Sydney red carpet tonight in Sydney, there were no media interviews allowed there, so he couldn't be ambushed on that question. So if you had a one-on-one, you couldn't go there. And it's part of an orchestrated campaign, because you just think about this for a moment. This is day one of the campaign for Breaking Dawn, and for the next almost 4 weeks solid, he will be doing red carpets and interviews back to back every day in different countries around the world. They farmed the stars out. Taylor Lautner's in Brazil. Kristen Stewart's going to Japan. If he had to answer questions on the state of his relationship at every one of those interviews, he is a real bloke. It is a real relationship. You know, it's the most inextricably linked relationship between movie characters and real people that we've ever seen, but it is the real deal. That is a lot to ask of someone, so I kind of sympathise with him on this. Plenty of other stuff we could ask him about, of course, which was interesting. And you know, one of the other reasons I didn't want to go there was one of his first interviews after the breakup with Kristen Stewart was on Good Morning America, and they were asked not to ask him about the issue. They threw it in anyway, and here's what happened.
And what do you want your fans to know about what's going on in your personal life?
I mean, you know, they seem pretty excited about kind of whatever. That you like. I mean, you can kind of be like, I like them. I like my fans to know that cinnamon toast crunch only has 30 calories a bowl in it, for instance. Like, I mean, this year.
That was really weird.
So better not to go.
I'm missing, but they are promoting a film. It's kind of comedian. They've got this whole like relationship drama going on.
Wow, what a cynic is he, I tell you what. Hey, you're not the first to suggest it. My only comment is I cannot, as much as I know Hollywood's capable of a lot of things, I cannot imagine they would actually break up a marriage involving real children, which is Rupert Sanders, who's the one who's alleged to, they have 2 children, who's alleged to have, you know, had an affair with Kristen Stewart. Can't imagine all that would be for the sake of publicity stuff. Anyway, as I said, there's plenty of other things we could talk about in the interview, and one of them was the fact he hasn't even seen this film yet, Breaking Dawn Part 2. Let's hear what he had to say about that.
I've seen a really rough cut because we did some reshoots a few months ago, and so I saw it then. But I mean, it was almost entirely meaningless at that point. There's like no special effects in it or anything.
So we're all in for a big surprise.
Kind of, yeah. Especially I'm supposed to have a daughter in it, where a lot of the time we were just using like a tennis ball in the scene. So I'm curious what my daughter's like.
Her name's Renesmee in the movie. Isn't that a great name? Absolutely. She's given it her in the book. Look, the other thing he did, he revealed that there is a real downside to being a Hollywood heartthrob and walking all those red carpets with all those screaming girls.
I'm completely deaf.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, are you seriously?
It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm like an old man now. I don't know if it's because of that, but it's really embarrassing.
Wow. And you've got a month of deafening screams coming up.
When it goes a little quiet, then suddenly people start noticing that you're just repeating the same conversation. You're just like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's me. Nothing you're saying is making any sense.
So that's about the end of his visit here for this trip, but he will be back in January to make a movie called The Rover. He'll be here for a few months, starring Guy Pearce and directed by Animal Kingdom's David Michaud. Breaking Dawn opens on the 15th of November.
Thank you very much. You've had a busy day.
Yes.
Maybe another busy one tomorrow.
We all have a busy day.
Yeah,